You may be seated. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, all holy praises due thee, dear Allah, the Lord of the world, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment in which we now live. Thee do we serve. Thee do we beseech for thine help. O Allah, guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor of those who go astray after thee hast cut thine teaching. Amen. Brothers and sisters, I'm very happy to see your smiling faces here this afternoon. We have a great time of trouble going on, and it's getting worse and worse every hour. Therefore, we should be here to decide on what way we shall take. We have no time to think about trying to correspond with the people of this world. Don't be trying to imitate them. This is the time of separation and the destruction of one and the safety of another. I don't want you to think that I am here before you for no fun and foolishness. I'm here like the traffic officer, trying to direct you into the right path or lane or road. No more time for foolishness. The theology of time that I am teaching you, it is mostly the secret that has been held back on religion. We cannot depend on the Lord, which we have been put on by our enemies. We have to forsake His guide, His leadership, if we want to see the hereafter. We are not any kin to them at all, and they are no kin to us. This is the way you can easily get deceived today. Being ignorant to the knowledge of self, you want to be friendly with the same enemy that has brought you to nothing. That you love everybody. Just wait a few days coming around talking about you love everybody. They have a place to put people that love everybody. You must remember that if you love everybody, you love first your enemies. They're included. And that our enemies included. So we can't tolerate with you if you love everybody. Because you're loving your enemies and ours too. We must understand the truth. The Bible doesn't teach you to love your enemies. Do you throw that Bible in the wastebasket? The enemy put that in there to help himself. You'll be loving the enemy of God, and yet you claim you love God. You can't love God and love His enemy, and your enemies included. What do you look like loving the devil? Let the devil love devil, and not you loving the devil, thinking that you are getting friendship with God. You're getting to be an enemy of God. How foolish He has deceived you in believing in loving everybody. Everybody's not to be loved. We are various kinds of people. You love your brother as you love yourself, but let that brother be one that God loves, and one of your blood and your own flesh. You can't love every kind of flesh. You don't have that understood. The enemy made you to think so, but you can't love him. No. This is why he declares to God that he take them all in the Holy Quran. Deceive you and take you to hell with him by making you to love him. You cannot intermarry with them unless that you want to go to hell with them. I know this don't sound so good to you who has been deceived, but I'm telling you before it's too late. There is people that have a nice, clean home, and if you love your dog, they advise you don't bring him in here. Some of us love dogs and wants everybody else to love that dog. You'll find these people who love dogs, they are classified with the enemy, the devil, who used to use dogs when he lived in the kingdom. And he made friends with the dog to help protect himself and his family.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Brothers and sisters, truth is truth. I have been given the knowledge of the devil. This is why they hate me. They don't want me to tell you what God has taught me of the truth of them. The theology of time. You must know the truth that has been hidden from you. Oh, them old folks, they hate white folks. Yeah, we the people that hate them. We don't love them. And they don't love you. Only to get you in trouble. Or bring you to your end. He was made to destroy us. He was not made to save us, but to destroy us, so that His people could rule you and me forever. I want you to listen good. And I'm not afraid if you are trembling. I'm not trembling. For 40 years, I have been teaching what you hear me teach on a little addition into the science of it now. But for 40 years, I have been going over this country preaching to you, mankind, that the blue-eyed Caucasian people are devils. And that they were made that way. That you can't change them unless you take and regraft them back into us where they came from. You say, oh, well, then we're all devils. Oh, no, you got it wrong. Because that you made a car, it don't mean that you a car yourself. We are going into that extensively after a while. How we made them.
Yes, sir.
We are the gods that made it.
That's right.
But we didn't intend for Him to touch us.
That's right.
No. Well, you know that I'm not no young man and I'm not flying off at the handle. You see these brethren sitting in front of me and sisters. These brothers, what they wear on their head represents the universe. And why they are wearing it? Because now God is turning over to the slave, black man, the universe. And that they are within their rights to put it on their head because it's there. Well, I guess I better just bring it on out. If you don't see the white Mason wearing it but once a year, you wonder then, wow, we don't wear it along with them once a year. No, we the father of it. So if the father is going to lay his emblem aside to go along with and none on, then the father is doing this either for trying to make acquaintance with him in his own country, or the father is just laying his down for a certain time. The day we are able to wear our fez, which represents the universe. But white people don't do this. They wear them once a year in some kind of turnout. because this is not his. That's why he don't work. He's a man put in the universe for a time. And at the end of that time, he gets out of our house. If he don't get out, we throw him out. The world, not said it's this world, but the heavens and the earth belong to black people. And this is why this teaching has come to you. It is to point you into the knowledge of your own. Last Sunday, I think we left off talking about strife. There is so much to tell you that I could put it into books after books. There is plenty of books wrote on it now. But some of them I don't go for. The books of books, they are piled up into libraries throughout the world, books after books, mostly to commercialize them. You don't need all of these books. As the Bible teaches you back here in the last part of it, that he saw God give a man with a symbolic name a little book. And that little book was enough to take care of all the big books. That is true. Allah gave me a little book. And he's preparing another little book. Well, he got it prepared. But he's waiting for a certain time to give it to me. If we are to know the right way cannot be taught by the wrong way teacher. You've got to have the right teacher to teach the right way. Believe it or not. These stripes here that we spoke on, I think it was last Sunday, they are to acquaint you with the knowledge of signs. This sign here, as I told you last Sunday, over to your right of the stand. On this board is the American flag and his religion. So, with it to your left, with the awful sign of your brother swinging on a tree, and the sign of his religion beside him. Don't fear, they will not try stopping me from putting this up here because they can't condemn it. Their religion they call Christianity. Christ. entity. To me, that entity is the plural of the Christ here, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, if the righteous people of Christianity will swing his own brother up on limbs like that, ever since we have been in this country, we have been in his religion.
That's right.
Now, you are black, and believes in Christianity. Well, he'll take you and swing you on the tree. This proves you are not a brother here. And the reading in between his flag here and our flag, it says, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? I don't have to ask you. You know that the stars and stripes is not going to survive the star and the moon. You know that. So it's a big question mark there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Again, if I ask you, when was Christianity inserted in the religion of man? If it didn't came with the earth, with the star and the moon, you don't have God's religion. You must have the religion of God, who created the heavens and the earth and taught man the right way. You cannot boast of a religion that did not come with the heavens and the earth, that it's right. No. Theologians will condemn you, take you down to the road a piece and get you guessing and wondering when it come about. God never changed his religion. If he would change it, it's sure that he didn't foreknow things. He's supposed to know the future and the end of all things. So he chooses them one religion. That religion must be capable of defining the truth of what he has made. If God made the universe and did not define it and telling you and I what he made it for, then the God is not accurate on his truth of his creation. Let's listen good and try and learn something. I don't argue with you because I know what you know. And I'm not boasting in what I know. I put it out here to you. You're welcome to take it or leave it. It is yours as well as mine. There is a lot of boasting and proud acting among us, but I say, put it down.
Right. That's right.
Because the Bible teaches you that God will destroy the proud.
That's right.
He don't like proud people. And I don't either.
That's right.
We like humble people who can recognize the humble humility of us all. And that if we can recognize our own humility, then I think we got about the whole. Not a one of us is not up from slavery. Not a one of us is the President of the United States. So I said, let us be careful what we boast of. If you have quite a bit of money, that's all right. This here in the earth, maybe we could get some one day. You didn't get it all. This teaching that God has brought to me is to level us off. That's right. Some of us is up too high. As the Holy One speaks to a proud man in this way, and he's trying to be up over everybody. It says you cannot reach the top of mountains in your height, nor can you go and step through the earth. So since you can't step through the earth, it's too deep, and you're not able to reach the top of mountains and hills on the earth, then even the earth is taller than you and deeper than you. So let us take our place where we was created and try and man it. The secret of the time has been held back from you by your enemies because they have the worst end of time. Time is that which have a motion, a start, and an end to it. When it comes to this world, they have a beginning and they have an end. This is why they talk and boast of time, because they will put on time to go so far and then leave. It's forever. This bowing out is forever. This is well known to them, but it's not well known to you. You read in the Bible, you find in the Revelation that his time is that figure of the man. Is 6. But I'm afraid that you don't know how to understand the time. Let him that reads understand the number of the beast. Just to be named a beast is sufficient for you and me to stay away from that man. A man now, the prophet calls a beast. He is called a beast because his characteristic is that of a beast. You've never seen people could kill and delight in killing like these. Beast doesn't take sorrow for the beast they kill if they want to kill it. This is the same kind of nature he has. He don't care nothing about killing because that is put in his nature. If you think that he has some kind of mercy on your heart, you're headed for his nest. He don't have no heart like you and me. You have heard and you probably have seen how that the black brother plead to them to not to hurt them. And he paid no attention to that. He laughed. Because he don't have no mercy in him by nature. The devil gives one of his black servants just a butter biscuit, and he'll go fight you for that same man. Yeah. Because he was born with the devil, and he's not in the knowledge of his devil, though he was born. I have long time to teach, so you don't have to hurry me. I have two books up here, one the Quran and one the Bible. Both books are. The white man has never produced a righteous scripture for you. He tampered with that he got his hand a hold to make it correspond with what he has in mind. Now, the Bible says, in the beginning. But it don't teach us when the beginning was. When he says that when God created the heavens and the earth and created Adam, okay, who is Adam? And when was it that God created the heavens and the earth? He don't exhaust himself trying to teach you that wisdom. But you sit before a little man who has been taught in person by God. That I think I can come just as close as that man can come to it from what he taught me. There's no man that knows exactly when the beginning of the heavens and the earth took place, because there was no one to record the time. There's only one man there. And that he didn't have the knowledge of keeping time like we have. He was laying the foundation for you and me to learn how to calculate time. Mathematics is true if you know how to use it.
Yes, sir.
The religion of Islam is equally as true as mathematics. And mathematics is equally as true as Islam. If you know how to use both of them in the proper place. We only want you to understand that we are here to bring you the truth. And that we defy you or any other mathematician to disprove us. So I must get along with our Christianity and Islam. If Islam stands out before your eyes as a sign of the universe, if the universe was made wrong, and that its truth cannot be found in it, then we live in an awful universe. If the religion of Islam takes for its base the root meanings of the universe for its religion, then I say you have an awful job trying to tangle with that type of people. They'll have you running around looking for something to prove what you say. A religion, if its roots is not based upon the universal order of things, you have no religion. Christianity, as you see, is based upon the murder of a man 2,000 years ago. And such sign is not in accord with the universal order. It's only an order of a murder. He stands over here, his sign by a tree in which he got his cross out of. Then he placed our brothers on it. Then our poor brothers, having not the understanding of what he is taught to believe in, he falls down to it and worships. He said he loved Jesus. Well, how can you love the Jesus and love the murder of Jesus and his sign? We just can't do it. So you are blindly wandering among the people who your deadly enemy and mine. And they take and make mock of the righteous by making signs that they murdered them on and hand them over to you to worship. This is evil, and evil to the eyes. We don't want no such religion. What you think I ought to do for you? In the South, I met a devil who had a piece of a black man's ear in his pocket, showing it to me to make me to fear him, because I am a murderer, a killer of your people. That's what he was letting me know. But we are so blindly and ignorantly in love with the enemy until we forgive him for killing all of our people except ourselves. I say, brothers and sisters, wake up. This is the height of ignorance. A black woman want to marry a white man for murder. A black man wants to marry a white woman. His murder. You must remember the parable of Delilah was for her people and not for Samson. Because Samson was the strong man that her people didn't like. And she only wanted to find out his wisdom of strength. So he showed how he tried to shine her, but later he gave in because she was unelect and that she was more smarter than Samson in wisdom. Therefore, she could force Samson to give up himself to her. Remember, that was put there for us. We are the Samson of the time, but we can destroy ourselves by giving over to the enemy all our secrets. Some of the brothers called them Uncle Toms. I don't think he should put the uncle there. If we look into the face of Christianity as it stands and is preached and practiced, I think you ought to put it down. Because you don't understand it. The first part of it here spells Christ. Christ actually means the crusher. That's coming in the last day to crush the wicked. And it don't mean what you think. No. That's the man to rid us of that empty out there at the end of it. We have been deceived so long and with so little of things that it shames us to know just how we have been deceived. Over to your right there, a blazing red sign with a star and a moon in it, which on analyzation of it, it's right. The star and the moon is in the sun, and the sun is the big master. And down at the bottom of that red and white flag, representing sun, moon, and star, it reads Islam. Islam, in the first sense, means that which is of peace. I don't care how long you look at the universe out there, you don't hear no noise. Here on my left is a flag with stars, blue, stripes of white and red. It seems to be confused on which colors one to stick. That's exactly what I want to do, not say preach but teach. It have nothing but a background of red. And a star and a moon drawn in it. The lower heavens that the saints is referred to as our heavens, the sun family they call it, contains about 9 planets. And that it have this for herself, that red sun rules the 9 planets. And the 9th planet is the kingdom of God, which also represent his God-like wisdom and power. It's those 9 planets. Then he makes a woman to imitate that 9 planets. So, brother, don't take her for nothing. She's something too. You know, we always have, since the devil, white man, made us do it, looked upon our woman as nothing. And yet, so many of them can guide some of us men folks. They're not all fools. They're wise too. Because you made them wise. And the most beautiful of them, God made them to comfort us. And that's the best that man wishes for. He wishes for comfort. And that's in the woman. Without our woman, brothers, we would be pretty lonesome creatures. In fact about it, we would not have nothing to produce ourselves. You've got to have the woman to keep the production of the human nation going. To put her out, kick around in the street and disgrace yourself and her too, you're doing a very wrongful thing. If she produces us, the likeness of ourself, and you can't get that production without her, then treat her like you treat yourself. Notice the enemy, the devil himself. He have had all the while we've been among him respect for his woman. He have had it, regardless to his evil. He take time to force you and me to respect it. But he disrespect our black woman, and we in turn disrespect her too. I'm trying to force you to see her in the light of respect and honor. This morning, we heard in the room a baby crying. She brought him forth. Okay, treat her good if she's producing men and women for you and I. She should be honored and respected to have this kind of power. I state of women, their actions, and the creation of them in regard to the knowledge of the man, what he had in mind. I said, brother, I'm with the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran teaches us that she is to be respected as we. The only thing that's different, we are a little greater than her in the power of our creation. We have more powerful brains than she, because we was made to rule. She's a helpmate. She helps him wherever she can. It's wonderful to know thyself. That's the greatest thing you like. You don't know yourself. We must get away from mistreating our women. We must treat them right and honor them, and they will learn to honor you. And they will produce you a little baby that will honor you. Even animals is grateful to the mother of their baby. They try to help build homes for them so that they can produce babies of their kind. I said we just have active food. White man out there beating and kicking. Your mother up and down the street and you stand and look at it. We should suicide before we take such stuff. Let the white man come over in our yard and beat up our woman, our mother? No, brother. We both go down together. He loved our woman to destroy her. That's all he loved. He go into foreign lands of our people. First thing he goes looking around with his great blue eyes is to get up to the woman there, so that he can leave the seed of the devil there. I said to you, my beloved brothers and sisters, turn around and take a new thought for you people. Let the world know that you love self and those that look like yourself. Don't let people say you hating self. Who you gonna love after you hate yourself? Nothing but your enemy. I saw some chickens one day. These chickens were standing around in the yard, acting proud, the rooster was, and he was scanning the skies for his enemy. anything like a hawk. He warned his family to go, but he don't run. He stay out there to battle the hawk when he hit the ground. If we will learn to stand up to the enemy, die, live or die, we will be respected by all people of the earth. We must learn to do that. The Muslim is trying to learn to respect their black sisters. The black brother Muslim is trying to show you how to do the same. A coward Muslim is not a Muslim. If we claim that we are backed by God and that we are with God to back Him among enemies of Him, I say, brothers and sisters, let us prove these things. Don't talk them, but prove them. And the oath of Islam, it goes like this: my prayer, my life, and my death is all for Allah. This is the oath that we take in our prayer. If we don't do what we're saying in the prayer, we're telling other than the truth to God's faith. In Christianity, it was a religion that we do as we please. Not so in Islam. You can't do as you please in Islam, because some of your pleases may not please Allah. So we do as Allah will be pleased with us. If we are asked to pray 5 times per day in Islam to show a good Muslim, well, if we want Allah to take care of us every 5 minutes, every 5 seconds, every fractions of a second, then I don't think we're praying too regular to Him, just putting up 5 prayers. That's not so much for the much that we're getting from Him and the much we hope from Him. Over here to our left, the question is, which one will survive? The war of Armageddon, which is now taking place. We're going into that war, and we're in it now, at this very minute. If you believe Christianity, which has mistreated you and hanged you on trees, then I think you should look at this and think, well, if a murder will survive peace, which we have experienced all of our lives, The heaven does not give us no trouble. But we disobey the laws, rules of the heaven, which they are obeying the Creator. The star and the moon and the sun obeys the law of its Creator.
Yes, sir.
But this stuff over here to our left is the make-up of an enemy against that to our right, looking from downstairs. He is opposed to the laws that governs that which he cannot do without himself. He cannot find no place to live but in the peaceful kingdom of the universe. And regardless to how he boasts, he can't build one outside of it. Let him try and build him a universe. Then he could be independent of ours. But since he was not able to build him a universe, then obey the laws of ours. But that he can't do, because one of our black scientists, a little over 6,600 years ago, made him according to his wish. He didn't make him according to our wish. He made him according to his wish. This troublemaker was made of the nature of making trouble. When his God made him, he made him, and he said to him, after he had made him, go to now and make all the mischief that you can before the coming of the Messiah. Who is the Messiah? Is the God we call Allah, and we call him other names, but he is the one also that is referred to us in our Bible that will come. Messiah means a name of self-independence. The man don't rely on others. He's self-independent. And he's one that is coming in the last day to bring about the judgment of the made man. And he's referred to by many as being the Son of Man. I don't know whether I should tell you all of this or not. The Son of Man is that man that is given authorities and power by God to carry out his judgment upon the people. That's what the Son of Man is. And then it goes also for the Messiah being born out of his nation by a woman that was not of his nation. But the man that produced the child that he gave birth to was of us, black men. And that he married her to get an honor-like child. So that he could send that child among our people and his people to produce a ruler of us who was lost among the unalike people. And that man he made from among his people, and the enemy was and is the God of the judgment, of destruction of the unalike, which has attracted us for these last 6,000 years to follow. Unalike is the white people. They are unalike of us. And we are not like them, and they are not like us only in the nature of a man. That's why they call him mankind, because he's just kind of like the real man, but he's not the real. A God who is able to fulfill his promise to us, come and offering you that flag on the right, means that it is time now that you rule your own. That's your own, and he have offered it to us. We have a song we sang of that beauty like this. Allah have given to us our own, the sun, moon, and stars. Foreign flag. I don't think you will find the white people running all over the earth with that on their head. If they know better, they don't have part in it. They have time in it, but not part of the creation. When you ask the white man about his secret order called Mason or Masonic, he wants you to answer that you was not made in that, but you were born that. That's true. We are born Muslim and cannot be accepted by saying, I was made a Muslim. We were created Muslim. Some of you may be Masons in here now to come over in that corner with you to teach you how. And reading a book in Washington Congressional Library on ancient masonry, I had to laugh sometime to see how we have been fooled. And now you are getting the highest degree in that order that no white man would ever teach. But however, we won't stop here to deal with some kind of society. We will move on with truth. If we bring to you, I'm talking about the disbelievers and hypocrites, if we bring to you that flag and tell you that's our sign or emblem, you that have studied degrees in masonry should not hesitate to come over, because we give you more than what the devil has given us. These brothers sitting here before our eyes and patrolling the floor space, they are men that have learned more about masonry than you. Your masonry have included the history of your slavery, and that it also teaches you that, but you don't know it. Your first 3 degrees takes you into your slavery. Those 3 degrees there, they are the answer to your slavery, if you understand them. But not understanding them, as the white man would not teach you the theology side of it, it makes you dumb to even that which you actually own. I don't like to call you such names, but it's an easy answer to the truth of it. You look the ignorant of you among you. Look at that and laugh at it, because he's ignorant of the truth of it, and he don't know what he's doing. But he'll smile his old stars and stripes. He calls it old glory. I wish you I'd change the name and say it's old hell. I'm most positive that if you will let me teach you, you'll go out sticking out your little chest. It'll make you feel like sticking your chest out. But I said, don't act proud. Be humble and yet commend. If we bring to you the sun, moon, and star, and you laugh at it, criticize it, and say you don't want it, that you'd rather have a made square of the devil, and that that's good enough for you to get by. You only wish it to become recognized by the devil, not by you, your people. That is why that you go and join up with him in every society that you think he will let you in. You want to be his equal, be recognized and respected by him. He didn't make his society or societies to make you his equal. He robbed you of money, all right enough to be called one of them. He don't like to call you no brother, and no society. Now before ever that we will tell him that we will accept him calling us brothers. He tried to call us brothers. Many white people out there call us brothers. Or he refers to us as the brothers, because we have the truth and the right act and in our right position of the square. We don't do this for forms and fashions. No, it is the truth. If we say that we are on the square with you, it don't mean that we just say that because the sign of a square. No, we say that because we are the square ourselves. Not that we make a sign to go by. We're the square. And we are the star, and we are the moon. While you do these things according to his teaching, just for the respect of the white people who are one. They are getting recognition of it in America and in Australia and in Europe. This is just an act that they have for you to buy, to get among them. And Freemasonry, even in itself, does not take you any further than Australia and into Europe. But this, on the right, that takes you all over the earth. I want you to wake up and know yourself to be people of the first order, not of the last order, but of the first order. We are to respect each other as brothers and not as enemies. We are to respect our woman as our mother. I say, my friend, this means that we have to love each other. We can't do these things if we hate each other. That's why we are very careful with you. We know the poison in which the devil have put you in. Poison your mind against self and love of yourself for him, and hoping you could be like him. Hope that you don't be like him. These people were made for hellfire. They were not made to live only to a certain time. He tells us himself, some places he go now, that the children of the natives see him, say, there go a foreign devil. They know him better than you. A real devil is one that is made by nature of evil. His very nature, the material which he's made is, I don't use the word created because he is not from the creation. He's a made man. That our sanctus, Yaakov, made here 6,000 years ago. But we have been on this earth ever since it was created. And if it's the home of the that you can classify me of talking that which I do not know, the history of you have been taught to me as far back as the atom that first burst forth to give away sound. And that was beyond 76 trillion years ago. 1 trillion years is a long time. But when you put 7/10 of them together, it runs you out of reading. Almost. I want to talk with you all the time on yourself. If I don't do it, God will hold me responsible for Him giving me the knowledge that you never have dreamed of getting out of the head of God, the knower of all things. I will be held responsible. I go slow with you at times because I know your disbelief. You are people who were raised by the devil, who hates the truth and love life. But I defy him disproving me of any word that I teach to you. If you could go outside and bring me a white man that says he can prove that I'm lying to you, I will give you $10,000 for every word that I have said that was a lie. I defy them every time they're among us. And they don't do it. If that door was swung back on its hinges to let them in, you wouldn't have seen them. They want to be here to listen to that which they never knew. Because a baby cannot tell mother and father what he was doing when he come forth. He got to live long enough for the action of matured brain. So that he's only a baby to us, and a very young baby at that. He have our number because he could not have another number since we his father. So he was not made of himself. We made him. So says the Bible, and who on? He was made by the black man, the original man. And he's not hard to make. We could produce many of them, but not one of them can produce one of us. I'm quite sure you're asking yourself, when is he going to teach what he said? I am doing it. I'm teaching what I said I would teach you. But I'm coming in such a way up to it that you will be able to master it. You're something. It's useless to have something of wisdom that you cannot master. Give that wisdom to another. But the way I'm teaching you, you can learn to master what I do. And you'll be just as big a boy as I am. Of which I don't call myself no big boy, but I hate, I hope to make you the big boy. Then I get behind the door and peep at how you will react. That truth, the Bible said, will make you free. That's it. That is true. If you know the truth, you will be free, having the knowledge of yourself and others, and of God and the devil and both of them's word. It will make you free. That's right. Rightly said. We must take you out of this flag here, so that we can get going with the Creator and the one that did not create. The main thing to know who is the right one that made the creation and the one that did make it. This flag over here to our right was not made by white people. They can't produce the flag like that. This flag over here, you had to use some of the material of ours to make it. So, my brother and sister, my son is either getting hungry or he is. He feels for his father. He thinks his father should stop and go home. But my son don't know that I have 30 million here to teach. And if I can get 30 million people to believe in America, I could take that 30 million people and rule the whole earth. I don't think anybody here is so hungry. They can't be any hungrier than I. I haven't eaten nothing today. And I'm preaching in New City. You shouldn't send for me if you didn't want to be patient with me. Theology is not so easy taught, especially to people who do not know theology. Theology of religion. You've got a very hard job with people who don't know it and who are wrapped up in the belief of religion which the true theology opposes. And this, what we have to do, is to bring you out of that which you do not know into that which you and me can make others to believe. It's true. I love to stand before you and teach you the science of religion and others. If I didn't know and understand the science of other religions, other than Islam, I could not prove to you that Islam is superior. But I know other religions who boast that they have a place in the sun to rule people with. And these religions is not worth their name. No, not even worth their name. As the Holy Quran teaches you and me, that if you come up on the day of resurrection before God with a religion other than Islam, it won't be accepted. Because the religion of Islam is over all religions, And its work in science proves itself. Not that you have to get somebody to come and prove it. It proves itself. Because it is true without help to make you to believe it's the truth. So, brothers and sisters, I see somebody getting white-mouthed around here looking for other truth. And I better let you go. So, we must know truth to join and become a member in a fully recognized society. We can't become the member of recognized societies without having the knowledge of truth. And this is what the American black man needs most of all. He needs to be shaped so that he can be accepted in the best moral and educated societies of the people of earth. We thank Allah for blessing us with this house here. We thank Mr. DeMett for letting us in here. We shall not forget Mr. DeMett. He gave us a nice place, one of the 10 most nicest places in the country for spiritual service. And that we liked the place. Hope you that visited it liked the place. That we will learn to be as clean as the building. Its walls are clean. We hope that we can be accepted in the clean societies of the people of earth. Like all people of the earth will come in here. They all will come here if we permit them. You would see a member of every nationality or race, nation is on the earth, if we would let them in. Now I will ask you to think this over. If you are to rule after other rulers has ruled, since they have experience ruling and you have not, you probably could be easily cheated and your freedom to rule by other rulers. So we don't lie them here until we know that you are able to master what you are being taught. Well, it's not open for born. It's open for the new baby that is being born. The little black baby. So now I'm going to dismiss you, as it has been near 2 hours or more since we began. And that's long enough for people to listen to the theology of the times and getting the full and clear knowledge of what we have been deprived of by it. And I thank you for being so nice and quiet to sit here and listen to me for these 2 hours. And I believe that you will be happy over what has been said. Now, I bring to you that which you don't love too well. To stay in this place, we've got to keep money going by the tens of thousands. So when you go out of here, don't forget your place. This is your place. Do something to stay here. As I have just begun to teach you the history and the secret of the world that you're in, I can't say when we're going to finish. But I'm inviting you to come back next Sunday. As you know, we carry on our own school, independent of others. We will never get our own by mixing up with others. Letting our children be brought up in their school. That has been the wrong thing to do. Teach your own children the knowledge of the education yourself. I have learned since been seeking teachers, we have some mighty learned teachers out here. And what we want you to do to come over and put your wisdom here. Let us raise up our nation from your knowledge. Love to teach and train your children in the knowledge of the black nation who had no beginning nor will they have any. They are chasing the white man all over the earth to push him off the earth. And you that like to go along with it, they push you off too. This is the end of the time of white people ruling black people. Believe it or not. Mighty curious and strange thing is being happening now, even into nature. It is changing up against our enemy. Look what you hear happen up in the north part of this country. It's happening every hour, but they don't tell you every hour what is going on. They think you already know, and you do know something. I say, my beloved, I thank you for your presence here this afternoon. In the basement, we are trying to set up a school down there and up here on the surface. And we're going to try and create a better classroom up and down Stony Island on this side, running all the way back down as far as we have land. We have so many applications in for teachers to teach in our schools that we go home and almost cry that we don't have the space for you. But just keep putting your application in. Time is here. that we must do something for self. I thank you. If there's any question, anyone have any question to ask me about what I have been teaching you? Yes, brother. Brother, I can't hardly hear you back there. Will you come up here? Brother, I can hear you a little better. Don't be ashamed. It's time for us to get away from being ashamed. Walaikum salam. After teaching, what did you say? Oh, Brother Jesus, I want to give you his whole history as God gave it to me. But I don't have time now. But I can say this, according to that which you can read. The Holy Quran does not call him a God. He was not a God, and he admits in the Bible that he came before time to do his type of teaching. And he also admits it in the Holy Quran. It was not time of the Jews, the time was not up to have judgment teaching taught among them, because they had yet this time to live. Therefore, they cut him off like they did many righteous prophets, that he couldn't set the world in righteousness, and they lived under righteousness when they was made to live under wickedness and deceive us and make us do the same. The time wasn't up. And he was not sent to us at all. Jesus was sent to the Jew, or rather taking himself to the Jew. There is no prophecy in the Bible that Jesus was to come to preach to the Jews salvation, because he was 2,000 years ahead of that time. And so there's much more we could say, but I think we'd be losing time. He admits himself that he was the head of time, and he prophesied of another when he comes. He will teach you and lead you into all truth. I can't do it. I'm sent, or I'm here for a special thing. But that one will tell you all. Like the one that Moses prophesied of. I bear witness with Moses in his words, in his teaching, that one will lead you into all truth. I can't do it. So I think it is very good that we are living in this time, and a time that we learn the truth of that which prophets before us couldn't look into. But now the book tells you when he comes, whom the God will send. That is he, and you will hear from him that which you has been longing for. And this is him, brother. object to you or no man from questioning. I don't care who it is. Whatever question you want to question, that's your privilege. And if a teacher who claims to know the truth object to you asking him questions, he is not the one. We cannot learn if the teacher won't let us ask questions. Because that what he teaches, I didn't know it, so I may want to ask you questions. And so if you block me from asking questions, then I'm afraid that you are blocking me from learning what you teach. But this little fella don't object to no one. I put myself before the world. I don't put myself before just a Satan organization. I defy the white theologians and philosophers to ask me anything they want to. Anything. I don't care what they want to ask me. Go ahead and ask. I am not boasting, brother. I'm just as humble as you. Wisdom don't make me proud. It makes me humble. Right. And if a man gets proud of his wisdom, he can't teach us. But if he get down here with us and humble himself, as nature has created everything in this stage of humbleness. And if you're too proud to go along with the law of nature, then maybe you won't be able to teach me much. So, if I teach you and you don't understand, it's your freedom to ask me of that which you don't understand, to make it clear to you. And if I can't make it clear, I'm not the last teacher. And I believe I'm the last teacher that ever was. We want, above all, unity of brotherhood. That's what we want. That's what Islam is here for. To unite us into a circle of brotherhood. Every one of us believing that we are the same. Islam is not made up of no big eyes and little you. All is elect before Allah. Right. As the Holy Quran teaches us, it says, the most best among you is the one who is most careful of his duty to Allah. So, if we have a religion of equality, Islam is equality. That's what that moon stands for in our flag. Equality, equal. It's equal with the earth, and the earth equal with the moon. And then all is equal in the sun. See? All the planets is equal in the sun. Family before the sun. Because it being the greater and attraction, it don't make it being greater in the eyesight of God. See how this scientist of ours split up the moon 66 trillion years ago, and we now going back there through the white man, looking at the destruction of that piece of our planet, to let man know that you don't worship that either. That's just the same as that you own. But it has been deprived of its life. Like you hold the black man, deprived of his life. This is a sign of us. So, I hope that I could slip out here some night through the week and help you out in this. This is no, we say, silly question that you are talking on. This is wisdom that you are talking on. And I love that my people come and ask me such questions, so I can tangle with them whether that they are proud or humble. Because if we don't make everything clear to our people what God has revealed, then the revealing of it was unnecessary.
That's right.
But I like to ask questions. Don't be afraid that we're going to look at you as somebody wants to dispute. Asking questions of educational nature. The man is not disputing and trying to bring up an argument. He's bringing up something that we all want to understand. So I thank you, brother, for questioning. Yes, sir. I thank you. I'm now going to turn you back into hands and voice of our assistant minister to dismiss you. We have a wonderful minister. Was there anything that you all anybody else wanted to ask me? Yes, sir, brother. Come up here, brother, closer where I can hear you. Thank you. No, sir. Because there was no one there to record it. He is the God. There is no God in the Son before you. The black man has no beginning. There was no God before him. We would be following another people. But we are here on the earth, and we made the white race ourselves just a little while ago. Yes. So, yeah, oh yes, yes. The Holy Quran teaches us that God didn't make us to live forever. Only the nation is always the nation is here. The black man is always here, but that not no single black man living forever. We have them living near 1,000 years, but they're not to live forever. And you know why? After the scientists live here and learn all about this earth, and know what is to come to his earth tomorrow. Tomorrow could mean 1,000 years or 20,000. Since he know all of this, he's not particular about staying around to see it come in, because he already knows it. And so he gets tired, he starts to living a life in which he knows will have an end to it. The Savior says some of these great scientists just start eating 3 times a day, and he soon die. Because the food is the thing that sustains life, keeps us here, and the same food will take us away. Because the poison that's in the food will eventually destroy our physical form if we continue to fight against it. So that is the way that highly learned scientists among the black men gets away from out of our family. We just start eating. It's the way that he should eat. Because, as I just said, the food is the thing that keeps us here, and it's the food that takes us away. Anything else, brother?
This is the only God like that is God. And this is the knowledge of all things that makes one God
Greater than the other one, yes. We are now living in the last of the, some people call it different names, that was here now 15,000 years ago, and his time that of wisdom was to go 25,000 years. But since the Medivh has come in against all previous gods, because he is God of us all, his wisdom is not matched by no god in the past nor in the future to come. Therefore, the scientists said that he lived forever, because nobody to remove his knowledge. All of these questions that you ask me, I intend to teach you that anyway when I get further over into this subject. That will come in. I have to bring it in to prove that you are the first and the last, if there ever be a last. And we have gotten so wise now nobody can cut us off and make us a last. Every time one come in after a certain time, he's wiser than the other one. That keeps us going. Was there something else? Well, come back and bring your I want all of you to go away from this temple with your mind set on bringing to me next time you come 5 more besides yourself. Please. Turn you back into the hands of our minister, and he will do the dismissing of you. And I have had a very, very good time here with you. But I will be looking for you with 5 more, with each and every one of you next Sunday afternoon. We haven't forgotten our subject. It's just so long. But if you keep coming, you will keep learning. I was a little boy that challenged the world of science to disprove just one word I said. If you are able to condemn me false on one word that I teach here, give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket, and then I'll pay with my life for lying to you. We must not lie in this day. It's the end of this world. So since it has been the master liars, we must not become no minor liars in it. Thank you. May Allah's peace and His blessing go with each and every one of you as you return to your home. Bless you with safety and tract that is always carrying on trouble and death. But I pray, and I want you to pray, that Allah take us home without a broken limb or a scratched flesh, and without our property being marred and scratched. I think. Salam alaikum.
Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. All praise is due to Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.